What's up, guys? My name is Daniel.
My name is Ryan.
So today we're going to talk about the death penalty, whether it is efficient or inefficient. So Ryan, talk to us about how, what exactly is death penalty.
Yeah, so talking about this topic, we have to know what the death penalty is. So the death penalty is basically the punishment of execution for someone who legally convicted a capital crime, like such as murder, rape, and so on, in that category. In my standpoint, I think the death penalty is the right thing to have in a court system, in the court system, because it saves money in America. Because in America right now, according to the Vina Institution, we spend $31,000 on one inmate, and we have about 2 million people in prison right now. That's costing us about $62 billion just for all the prisoners in America. And right now, we have about like 15,000 people for murder in our prisons, and just multiplying that by how much money we spend on those prisoners, we're spending about almost $500 million, $500 million on those prisoners, when we can take that money and put it in education, technology, science, find cures for these diseases that we have in America, instead of worrying about these people who convicted murder, rape against people, American citizens.
Mm-hmm. Those are good points. You're talking about like how they can't, like, bringing a better economic standpoint in kind of like in a system where justification seems like it would, like the death penalty would be like a good justification. And like those numbers seem to be pretty accurate as well, like, but also the death penalty is also not cheap to like also execute someone, just to keep that in mind. But when we think about also like our morals and like religious aspects, how the Bible talks about like thou shalt not kill, like, yeah, they killed, like, murderers killed people, but we shouldn't punish them due to the same conviction that they have done. And when we we're just kind of like being just like them when we kind of just decide to execute them. Also, there's people who have been wrongfully executed. And Newsweek.com, like, it's been proven that even though like evidence wasn't fully proven in the court system, like, they were sentenced to death, and that's been about approximately 25 out of 100. So basically 25% have been wrongfully convicted, and we're talking about like innocent people, innocent people with families, and people who never did anything but yet got affected in a negative way through this death penalty justification type of system.
Yeah, and on that, like, death penalty for me is just like, if you committed a murder, you should be punished for that murder. You're taking away the the rights to live and the freedom and the safety from that person, from the person you murdered. And I feel like the people, like murderers, they have no sense of that. They have no sense that they're taking away somebody's life, taking away from their family, their loved ones and such, and they're taking away their freedom that America gives to them. And I feel like they should be punished for that, because that's just the right way. If you're being careless and taking somebody's life and their freedom, you should be treated the same way. And that's just my opinion morally.
But I also, like, it kind of just brings back to like the moral aspect. It's like when you talk about like an eye for an eye, right?
Yeah.
But like when I look at something a really good leader said, Gandhi, he talked about how like an eye for an eye just makes the whole world blind. And that's like, I feel like that's such a good perspective to have, because we don't want to have a justification system where we're just like that. And another source that I found, called deathpenaltyinfo.org, 88% of criminologists don't believe that the death penalty is as effective, since in 2014 we had 14,000 murders that were committed, but only 35 executions took place. Like, so like, what do you like? What about that? Those numbers and like those perspectives.
Yeah,
we should take in mind.
With that, like, the murder rate is going up every single year, and that's because the death penalty is absent. It's absent in a lot of states, like Chicago. Chicago, for instance, according to the FBI reports, after the death penalty was taken away in 2011, crime rates have actually went up. And we know that in 2011 we had wars in in the Middle East with Iraq, and Chicago's numbers were even higher than the murder rates in Iraq. And I find that very very surprising, because people are not getting punished for these crimes because there's no example being set for people who are convicted in these crimes. And I feel like there should be a standpoint where if you convict murder or rape, you're taking away that freedom to live in this country, and that freedom and your right to live in this country, and you should be punished for those things if you're doing mindfully, like thinking outside the mind and not even caring about these other people. And I feel like you should be treated the same way.
Okay.
Yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed the video, and hope you have a good day.